Imagine waking up every day knowing that the way you've been playing the game might be about to change forever. That the old rules, the old ways of investing, the old systems, everything you thought was set in stone, are suddenly shaking beneath your feet. You've been running deals, sticking to traditional funds, feeling the weight of bureaucracies, slow decision making, and dealing with a world where your power, your potential, feels diluted. You're watching capital flow endlessly into venture, but the hands steering that capital are fewer, slower, sometimes disconnected from what's really happening on the ground. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and deep down, you know there must be something more. A way out from waiting years just to see if a startup pops, a way to regain control over your destiny and your money's trajectory. This isn't just a problem for one person, it's a silent tension felt by so many limited partners, stuck in cycles they didn't choose, under systems they never built, trapped by promises that never quite deliver. But what if that tension, that frustration, that hunger could transform into something else? What if there's a new force on the rise, quietly disrupting the venture world without making noise, without begging for attention, but simply by being smarter, faster, more connected? The kind of force built not around the center of power, but around the edge, around those willing to break the rules? LP syndicates. These aren't your average groups circling deals. This is a movement, a powerful shift where limited partners don't just passively stand by, waiting for funds to report or for managers to make decisions. No, this is a world where you take the wheel. You become the active architect of your investments, the real driver of innovation and growth, and, most importantly, the one who keeps control. Think about how many times you've sat through meetings, nodding at promise after promise from fund managers who don't quite move fast enough or don't truly align with your vision, and you know that behind the polished decks, venture is changing. The power is breaking free from these old institutions. Syndicates give you direct access, direct relationships, direct insights. Imagine a world where you choose deals knowing who's running them, who's building real impact, where your capital is agile, not trapped in multi-year cycles, but flowing, adapting, and growing on your timeline. Where transparency isn't just a buzzword, but a given. Where the network you join isn't just a list of names, but a tribe of builders, makers, and doers, connected by trust and a hunger for change. But hearing this might trigger a storm of doubts. Syndicates sound exciting, sure, but are they stable? Can they really handle the heavy lifting that venture demands? Won't it just add complexity to your already full plate? The truth is, yes, it requires new thinking. Yes, it asks you to step up, to become more than a checkbook, to become an empowered participant. But that's exactly where the power is, right beyond the limits of your comfort zone. To cling to what's easy is to accept less. To embrace syndicates is to grab a seat at the table where innovation and return on investment come alive as two sides of the same coin. Here's the real deal. LP syndicates unlock what traditional funds can't because they slay the giants of bureaucracy and sluggishness. They allow you to see every deal, every founder, every risk and reward, no smoke and mirrors. You get to choose, you get to shape, you get to grow. And when syndicates gather the best minds and hands from around the world, those edges become a sharp blade slicing through the noise, finding the real diamonds others miss. There's an emotion here, a fire, for those tired of the status quo, for those who want to wake up and say, I'm not just watching money, I'm moving it. I'm not just waiting, I'm shaping. Here's where it gets deeper. Syndicates don't just open doors for capital deployment. They open doors for knowledge, mentorship, and real partnership. Imagine sitting beside founders, walking through hurdles with them, lending your expertise, your network, watching your investment grow, not just as a line item, but as a living, breathing adventure. Imagine turning investing into not just a task, but a mission, a community, a calling. No more silent checks. No more sitting on the sidelines, watching others pull strings. This is activation. This is sovereignty. You might wonder, how do you build trust in such fast-moving, lean structures? The key is curation and alignment. Syndicates work best when they're selective, gathering only the few who burn as intensely as you do. When you align with those rare players, when you choose quality over quantity, when you build relationships rooted in shared values and relentless drive, you create a system that's far more resilient than any cumbersome fund. These syndicates become living ecosystems where knowledge flows freely, where risks are shared meaningfully, where victories are celebrated fiercely. And here's what tears the old models apart: speed. In venture, speed can be everything. The moment you spot the next wave, hesitation costs millions, sometimes billions. Syndicates give you agility. They give you the ability to move fast, to act when others watch and wait, to seize opportunities before they become mainstream headlines. But speed without wisdom is reckless. That's why successful syndicates embed rigorous scrutiny, deep due diligence, relentless questioning of assumptions, the same discipline you expect from seasoned fund managers, but with the added edge of being laser-focused and responsive. Now, imagine leveraging all this and layering it with digital tools and AI that amplify your capabilities, giving you real-time insights, network effects, and deal flow intelligence that was previously the stuff of dreams. This tech-enabled syndicate model is a game changer. It's about channeling the collective power of limited partners into a directed, smart, agile force that wins. Not just on paper, but in real impact and returns. It's like turning a flashlight you held in the dark alone into a floodlight shared among allies, illuminating every corner where opportunity hides. Some say syndicates are a trend, a flash in the pan, that old-school funds will always dominate because of their scale and history. But this thinking misses the point. The world is shifting into a phase where scale is no longer about bulk or size. It's about quality connections, speed, and adaptability. Big money doesn't necessarily move fast. The ones who harness syndicates are the ones who become dominant forces, because they become interconnected bridges between innovation and capital. They step out of siloed roles and into dynamic ecosystems where they can be more than passive holders. They become creators of new value. If you crave influence, if you're sick of waiting for old systems to change, if you want your legacy to be more than numbers in a spreadsheet, you have to see syndicates as more than just investment vehicles. They are tools of liberation, tools for reclaiming your power, your freedom, and your vision. There's a fire inside those who dare to break out of molds, those who understand that to grow beyond the limits imposed by status quo venture, you must first claim your sovereignty as an investor. Syndicates are the places where this fight is won. Take a moment to picture the possibilities, being part of cutting-edge deals happening in real time, contributing your expertise to help founders crush obstacles, growing alongside ambitious peers who push you to be better, even changing industries, communities, and future generations. This isn't a dream, it's a roadmap, a path forged by those refusing to settle, refusing to be cogs in a slow machine. Because systems that serve themselves never serve individuals well. Real transformation is bottom-up, edge-born, and forged in the heat of courage and action. So right now, this moment, the decision to seriously engage with LP syndicates is your pivot. Either continue to watch capital flow through gatekeepers whose priorities don't always align with yours, or step into the fire and become part of something raw, honest, and game-changing. The choice is yours. But the world isn't waiting. Innovation accelerates every second. Those who embrace the model of syndicates become the leaders, the connectors, the lifeblood of tomorrow's venture capital landscape. Let the frustration fuel your hunger. Let the tension become your call to action. The era of passive LP is dying. The era of empowered, sovereign, connected LP syndicates is here. This isn't just about money. It's about reclaiming control, about shaping what's next, about finally investing not just capital, but your vision, your courage, your identity. The future isn't waiting around. It belongs to those who act, who dare, who become more than just limited partners. It belongs to those who refuse to fold into the old world and instead build the new one with every deal, every decision, every connection. This is the moment to move beyond watching and step into leading. This is where LP syndicates don't just become dominant, they become unstoppable.